Hello, beautiful people. It is April 2025. I'm the Lady of the Throne, Divine Astrology, where God dwells within me as me. And I am here today to bring to you your spiritual guidance for the entire month. In this month, April, welcome to spring, because this is the time of the year where it's the prettiest, most beautiful time for the earth. All of the beautiful, colorful flowers and all of the kids are out enjoying the outdoors. It's really amazing. Springtime is awesome. And I hope that you're just as optimistic about spring as I am. I wish everyone the best all of the time. So let's talk about what's coming up for April. April, we have 2 moon events. As always, we have a full moon happening in Libra around the 12th of the month, and we have a new moon in Taurus around the 27th of April. So with this full moon, being that it is in Libra, you know that Libra is the zodiac sign connected to balance, partnerships, marriages, contracts, and just a whole lot of business. Okay, so Libra also has a creative side and artistic, expressive side as well. Now, being that it is in its polar opposite sign, Aries, what this full moon is going to call a lot of people to release are those judgments. Release the judgments towards yourself about how powerful you are or can be. Release those judgments about yourself when it comes to, are you a suitable partner for love or for marriage? Or don't be so hard on yourself in your marriages, in your relationships. It's going to be a time where, with this beautiful spring action energy coming through in April, remember, Aries is the season that this is occurring in. And because Aries is a very fiery and passionate sign, it is going to want to push people into deeper commitments, deeper partnerships, deeper contracts and commitments to certain things and certain people in their lives. It is a relationship balancing time. And what the zodiac sign of Aries likes to do is be passionate and be loyal to what it is or who it is that they are dealing with, or whatever it is that they are involved in, especially creative pursuits, especially business, and especially those long-term committed relationships. So just remember that around this time. As you move along the month, you're at the end of the month, and by the time that comes in, around the 27th, the new moon in Taurus comes in. So what the new moon in Taurus is going to bring in is stability and structure to those plans that were created around the full moon. So if you successfully got through releasing those judgments against your own self about making commitments and making making more stable decisions, making more grounding decisions, if you were able to get through the very supercharged energy of the full moon in Libra, then by the time you get to the sign of Taurus, you should feel pretty stable with your decision. You should feel pretty grounded and structured within yourself about whatever it is that you've been working on. So it's very, very stabilizing. Also, I want to tell you about this too. It's no coincidence that this is a time where you want to start balancing things out in your love relationships, because both Libra and Taurus are Venus. They are under the influence of Venus. So we have Aries season, this huge Venus Venusian energy coming through, and all of this passion coming forward from the sign of Aries, who is loyal and committed and fight for what they want and who they want, and they are determined to make it last forever. So there is just a lot of drive, ambition, and so much being put into relationships and partnerships at this time. So I see a whole lot of positive love energy coming through, for every zodiac sign. Now, let's get into your zodiac sign and let's talk about your month. Okay, Capricorn, April 2025. Okay. Your prophecy for April. You need to know something. You need to know something. You need to hear something right now. And you need to know that we are here. We are here. This message is coming to you from many powerful people. And these people are not ordinary. These people are gods, spirit guides, ancestors, messengers, ascended masters, the most powerful kings and queens are here. You probably thought that this was something just light, like it was just light, and it wasn't really exactly verbatim those things. You probably just are used to hearing so many people, and then it's like in the area and in the field of spirituality, there's saturation involved because New Age is involved and social media is involved and the youth are involved. 20-somethings are involved, and not a lot of wisdom is there, not a lot of understanding is there. So when you have that mixed in with spiritual things, you're going to have a lot of people who are saying things like this but not understanding that this is real, including yourself. For some Capricorns, you may not have really put strong emphasis on it, and you may be aware that it exists, but you never knew that it could happen on Earth. See, a lot of people get this thing in their head because of, the things you read about, the movies you watch, and the stories you hear, and the way it's all expressed to the world. It makes it seem like it's some type of fantasy, and you live your life forgetting that you're being watched. So there's watchers all around you. You have watchers everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's people watching you. Did you know that? Did you know that everything is being recorded? Did you know that there's people watching every single thing you do, Capricorn? And when I say everything, I mean everything. These people, some of them are invisible and some of them are visible. There's supernatural forces all around you, and I promise you, they're always watching. Because you're always being watched, that means that you can't say anything or do anything that is not being recorded, that is not being sent up to heaven, that is not being written down in your book of death and your book of life. You can't get away with certain things just because, see, a lot of human beings get this confused where they do things in secret and feel like they can show out to the public a different version of them, and they try hard to make other people believe the version that they want people to believe instead of who they really are. But the thing about the divine, the angels, the gods, we are here. So this is a whole band of angels, a whole squad of gods, a whole group of angelic beings who want you to know that this is real life, and they are here with you in this world, and you're going to be witnessing great miracles all around you, Capricorn. You're going to see things happen out of nowhere. Listen to me. Oh my God, I just want to cry right now. I don't know where that just came from. Hold on. This world is so wicked. Is so wicked. Is so wicked. But let me tell you something. In the month of April, by the end of the month, you are going to see that not everything about this world is lost. You're going to see the work and the power of real life gods, angels, messengers. You're going to see the divine do things. See, what is happening is a lot of people forget that God has a grace and a wrath. God can get upset and change weather. Don't forget that. God can get upset and take lives. Do not forget that. God can be really generous and give people blessings. Don't forget that. God can be really helpful and provide counsel. Don't forget that. See, you have to believe in the same very thing that you have been taught. Ancient history is real. Reincarnation is happening. Gods are here. I really don't know how else to say it to people, because I think that the gods and the angels are relatable. They're so relatable to human beings that human beings like to test the divine. But you're going to find out by the end of April how real this is. Because see, the events that are going to be aligned in the month of April is going to be specifically for you, so that you can stop trying to tie things together in your own mind about what you think is going on. Because see, you're just thinking on the level that you're on, which is on a human level. But when you realize that what is going on and what is happening all around you is not of human doing, and when you start to see that this is no way that this could have been that and that could have been that but the divine, then you're going to become a believer like you've never believed before. April is your month. This is specifically for you. You are the star of April. You know why? Because it's meant. It's meant for you to notice so many things in so many situations from all of these spirit guides, ancestors, messengers, gods that are here on earth. It's meant for you to pay attention, to see it. It's meant for you to believe in it. You have to also understand that Holy Spirit moves through people just like Satan moves through people. So when you see people doing good things, and when you see people receiving good things, you have to understand that that's the Holy Spirit moving through different people. But you can also see that the non-believers have the devil filled with, that's that spirit moving through them, and that's that push, that's his energy pushing that into the lives of more people, body jumping, spirit jumping, both on both sides this happens. But you're going to be able to see the difference. And even if you can't identify the difference, because some of you may have that bad spirit within you, for some of you, for others of you, you may be good. But if you start to notice it, by the end of the month, you'll be able to understand that it's true that people can be angels in a human vessel. People can be gods. This can happen. You know why? Because you're about to get set up, Capricorn, in a way where there's going to be no other way for you to ever make up anything. that makes you feel validated or justified by what is going on that you see, other than it being God. You're not going to have any other way to put it, because God's going to arrange it for you to where it's like you're going to know exactly what that was. So you won't have to question anything anymore after April. You're going to be, I'm telling you, God's going to do something for you that's going to be really amazing. It is going to be a true miracle. And when you notice it, it's going to be amazing. But listen, don't go looking for it. It will find you. This really is real. All right. Now, the last thing that I want to say is, does your geometry lack poetry? Sacred geometry. Sacred geometry. Just sacred geometry. Just think of it, objects and shapes, right? Poetry is a pattern. So we have shapes and we have patterns. Whatever you're trying to make something become, whatever you're shaping, whatever you're molding, whatever you are creating in your mind, there's something missing. I think what's missing is the rhythm and the flow. You may have the focus to create the shapes, but can you properly align them to make a masterpiece of a poetry? A piece of poetry. Can you make a masterpiece poetry? Can you make that of whatever it is you have? See, it's like you have the tools, but can you make this be mind-blowing? Do you have the pattern? Do you have the rhythm? Do you have the flow? So that's going to be like the thing that you're going to be figuring out, I feel, in the month of April. Is like that's what God's going to be working on when it comes to you. What you're going to be having to work on is just that. Like, you may feel like you have certain information, you may feel like you know certain things, you may feel like you have certain details, you may feel like you have certain things, you know what I mean? But when it comes to the universe, do you have that? And that's what God's about to show you in April. Thank you.